Hello and welcome to this latest edition of the Respond webinars, a chance for you to learn quick hits of information to help you use the billing software. My name is Jeremy Johnson, and let's get started. Today's webinar is going to cover a very common topic we've seen as of late, and that's the activation of ICD10 codes. As you know, there was a major change in our industry on October 1st of 2015, moving from ICD-9s to ICD-10 codes. The ICD-10s are extremely specific, and so in order to facilitate that process moving as painlessly as possible, TriTech executed what we called a general equivalency mapping process, taking the common ICD-9 codes that you had used prior to October 1st, mapping them to an equivalent ICD-10 codes. Now, as well as that process worked, there are always going to be some outliers within a process of that nature. And so there will come a time when you may have to activate an ICD-10 code that's specific to your situation that is yet to be activated within the billing software. So in a situation like that, you may have done some research to find the specific code that you would like to use. We've had great success with ICD10data.com as a good resource. So you found the code that you want to use. In this case today, we're going to use a puncture wound to the ear, just for the sake of example. And so you're on the call, so I'm just going to navigate to data entry, bring up a call, and you're on the reasons tab here, keying in your codes. The code that we're working on today is S01.339A, and I'm going to key that in and hit enter, and it disappears. As soon as a keyed in code disappears in that way, that's your signal to know that you're dealing with an inactive code. So in order to activate that code, it's a very simple couple steps here. Simply navigate to codes and then down to ICD-10. And it brings up another screen here where you can once again enter that same code, S01.339A, and I'm going to hit enter once again. And it brings up that description, puncture wound without a foreign body to unspecified ear. You'll notice right away here on the right-hand side of the screen, it's listing inactive in red. So obviously we have an inactive code that we need to activate if we want to be able to use it on our Reasons tab. The other thing I want to call your attention to, here in the center of the screen, there is a usage area. Now this is indicating it is a billable code. Obviously you're going to want to pay very close attention to that when billing. So in a case like this where I've got an inactive code, the way to activate that code is a simple keystroke of Control-I. Once I hit Control-I, the inactive goes away, and I get the prompt to save. So I'm going to save that code here. It is now an active code, so I can close out of this screen, go back to my call, put in that code once again, and it populates just fine, and I get that same description. So now that you've activated and saved that code, you'll be able to use that on any further call from this date forward. So in review today, whenever you type in a call into your ICD-10 boxes here on the Reasons tab, or type in a code, in the Reasons tab, ICD-10 boxes, and that code disappears, that's your indication that it's an inactive code. You'll navigate to Codes, ICD-10, key in the code, hit Control-I once it populates. That will allow you to save that code once again as an active code, and then it will properly populate on your call here. So that's the process for activating ICD-10 codes. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today's webinar and for being part of the TriTech Software Systems family. Please keep an eye out for further webinars to give you more opportunities to learn, and don't hesitate to call support if you have any further questions. Thank you.